This is the car and the track where the whole idea for this podcast was conceived. So I figured it would be uh, appropriate to do our pilot episode here in this car.
So
Here we are. This will be officially drifting off episode 1. I guess we should probably start a little introduction. Cole, if you would, go ahead, go first. Tell us. We'll just do a little individual, and then we'll go on about. I guess we'll start from the beginning and how we met and kind of what led us to here.
that's a lot of backstory.
We don't have to. I mean, the general points. We're not gonna sit here for 2 hours.
That's a whole. I was about to
Yeah.
say that's a whole episode in and of itself,
no.
with just stories
No,
of
just
what we've done.
the general overview. We're not gonna drop a whole 2.5 hours of lore.
Yeah, I'm Cole. One of this done. This guy.
Sorry, what'd you say? My fault. Let me turn this car down. It's really loud. Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Cole. I'm one of this guy's dumbass friends. Not really much to me.
Wow, get a load of this guy.
I have severe ADHD, so
Yeah.
I feel like that's part of the reason why we thought this would be a good idea too.
Oh, it
Both of
is.
us having ADHD.
It is. That's a little more reasonable. I think it still might be a little loud. This car is really fucking loud. What the hell is happening? Oh my gosh. Why are my files open on... There we go. Okay. Maybe a little more than that, but I mean, it's kind of... Alright. We can live with that. I'm Jaden. I like cars, and as you can see, and I've always thought it'd be a good idea for me to do a podcast, so here we are. We combine the two. Essentially, the premise of this is going to be just drifting and having deep conversations, hence drifting off. I thought it'd be a cool concept. Maybe I'm stupid, retarded. Maybe I'm like modern day. All right, fuck you. Maybe I'm modern day Einstein. We don't know.
Modern day Einstein, my ass.
I'm trying to fix my wiring, and I'm slamming my car into the guardrail. All right, I think I can live with that. There we go. Well, started working together at Funland. Realized this guy was retarded, but kind of chill at the same time. And then I got offered a better position at a different place of entertainment, this time as a manager. And this fucking idiot was like, I want to come. And I was like, I guess. So we ended up there.
That's kind of crazy. That is exactly how that went. Well, I was kind of hurt that you didn't tell me. I found out from someone else you were going there. I was like, bro, why didn't you tell me? You're like, you want to go? I was like, yeah, I want to go.
Yeah. And we worked there for a while, and then that went to shit. Not because of us. We carried that fucking place. It fell apart after we left, but that's besides the point. Yeah, and then lots of what do you mean? Which one? Urban Air?
Oh, I thought you meant Funland.
No, that place was already going to shit because of upper management.
Yeah, that's true. They got bought out.
Yeah. It was such a nice place before they got bought out, when it was family owned. And then the whole family owned thing went away, and it just became shit. Yeah. So we don't really have any particular concept to get into here. I mean, we know it's going to be some comedy, just talking, deep talks, whatever. But I don't know. Where should we start? We don't have to go deep immediately. We could always just get led there somewhere else. But
I feel like that's what you say at a girl on your first date.
I fucking hate you so much. Just pisses me off. I can't do this shit.
Get a taste of what our actual relationship's like.
Fuck. Don't say relationship on the internet. That makes it sound
Friendship,
gay.
whatever the fuck
It makes
you
it
wanna-
sound more
friendship,
gay
whatever the
than
fuck
you
you wanna-
actually are. Dude, people are gonna look at you, and then they're gonna hear this and be like, "Oh yeah, he's definitely gay." And if he's talking about relationship, then it must be. You know what I'm saying? Can't
I
do
have
that.
quotes from you that sound way more gay than what I just said. Do you want me to start saying them out loud?
No, because they don't exist. If we're gonna talk about quotes, I could say we could read off the stuff you said to Sorrel.
Yeah, but you'd be canceled real fast.
Me?
Well,
You?
this is the podcast. I'm not hosting the podcast. You are, bro.
No. I'll be damned if I'm not tagging you on Instagram though.
What game can I play that I don't have to concentrate? Probably.
Let's talk about our days at Urban Air, because that's kind of really where it kicked off.
Well, yeah, we didn't feel like when we were at Funland, besides like going out occasionally, I feel like we started actually becoming close friends towards the like end of Funland, and then Urban Air is where you actually built up lore and stories and like. Sorry, yes.
Urban Air is the one that set the foundation for the type of friendship we have now, where
Yeah.
we just say retarded stuff and rage bait each other and go at each other's
You're better
throats
at that than I am.
24/7.
I mean, if you wanted, if we tell stories, I'm sure some of the story, like I'm sure you know what I'm referring to when I say some of the stories from Urban Air can go really deep.
Yeah.
But if we just start off with some of them, then I guess it can just go with the flow.
Yeah. Well, see, I guess a lot of this pilot episode is probably also going to be discussion on like if we do decide to go through with further episodes on like what kind of direction we want it to go and how we want things to play out in the future. Obviously, it'll be a little easier to come up with more original conversations after this because we can get guests and stuff. Fortunately, all of our guests bailed on us tonight. All of our ideas, anyway. I wouldn't say bailed. The second one was very impromptu. They just said tonight wasn't a good night, which is perfectly fine. But we'll definitely be getting Austin on for another episode.
As I say, I'll never talk shit about Austin, but yeah, Cyril bailed. Or didn't answer.
El Sorrel. That's alright. It is what it is. I always will like rag on him to his face about it, but like I would never talk shit about it behind bro's back. Like it does not hurt me that much as I make it out to his face, just because I like giving him shit. But no.
It's all just busting balls. There's no actual like. At least I don't think there's actually ever been any like meaningful like true beef between us.
Right.
Like one example, when so for context, I feel like they've already gotten a taste, but me and Jaden go at each other, like you already said, constantly. And sometimes it can get, not physically, but it can kind of get violent and like over the top. Not to us, but to other people that are like not in the know. And one example of this is we were in the back, I was trying to build a fucking a shelf. And because I'm dumb, I built it upside down. And didn't realize. And and I'm looking at it like I'm reading the instructions like why is this wrong? And Jaden goes, dumbass, it's upside down. And my instinct was just to like notice, and you're just like I went off on him, and then he pointed at the shelf and it was clearly the wrong way. And we start going off at each other, and I just start dying laughing. I'm on the floor laughing. And these two girls come into workers, but they come to the back to ask us a question or ask for help or something.
We are
And they
managers, so
walk
that's
in-
why they're coming to ask us
Yeah.
for help. FYI,
Yeah.
we're managers.
And they walked in the back to me on the ground laughing, and Jaden looked at me like I'm an idiot. And then they looked so confused because, like, leading up to that, we were going off at each other, just yelling, not yelling, but like saying insults and stuff like that.
Like guy friends
and-
do.
Yeah, and and I remember the first thing they were like is, "Are you guys okay? Are you mad at each other?" And that just made me, I couldn't talk. I was just laughing so much. I was like, "No, we're good. What do you need?" I felt like that was like the defining thing about like our relationship with them is like from the outside it looks like we hate each other, but like it really isn't
Yeah.
like that.
Damn, bro, I suck tonight. Should have warmed up before. It's alright though, but yeah. That was definitely one of the most memorable moments at Urban Air. And there was the trampolines.
Oh my, for the fucking ballet.
See, it's a trampoline park, and all I have to say is the trampolines, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about because it was just that traumatic. Belays were worse. Belays were definitely worse, but
Oh my god. Talk about rage baiting fucking Kevin without even knowing he's rage baiting.
just because he's just. Oh man. What did he say? Just turn it? Isn't that what he said? What do you think we've been doing for the past 2 fucking hours, Kevin? Or just flip it. Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, flip it. Yeah, that's what it was. Just flip it. What do you think? I know you're the GM, and I want to be respectful to you. But what do you think I've been up here for 2 hours doing?
Now, listen, I will say what he did at the very end that, inevitably made all of us leave and what made it go to shit, that was fucked up. However,
Yeah.
he was cool in the sense that I do remember when we were both back there, and I forget exactly how he said it or how this conversation went, but he was like, no, listen, like, if I'm saying some stupid stuff, tell me to shut up. I don't care.
That
I
is
was like,
true.
yeah, see, I like that.
He was a really cool boss until stuff started coming out in the end, and then it went real fucking weird and real bad real fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, until then, he was pretty chill that, like, we could chill in the, or, I was gonna say we, but then towards the end, he started ragging on you for trying to be back there too, but he was pretty chill that we could actually, like, talk to him, like, he was on our level, like, we didn't have to treat him like this superior, like, he was just a normal guy that we could talk to, and, like, he, like, understood if he didn't know something that, like, especially when it came to, like, climbing or belays, like, me and you know way more than he does, and like, he was willing to learn, which is, I thought was really cool.
And then there's Josh just being one of the guys and going, I don't need my
my
glasses
God.
to see that you're stupid.
Not stupid, ugly.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
need my glasses to see you're still ugly.
Yeah, that's right.
Most wild, I didn't, like, non-triggered thing he's ever said to me. But it turned into you in that moment. I did nothing to deserve that.
you were just looking ugly, bro. I guess that's what it was. And Josh, Josh took offense to it.
Yeah, like he's the Chad guy in that area. Whatever, bro.
Oh man. Actually, speaking of future guests, I got this guy at work who just started there recently, and I've been showing him, or the supervisor's been having me show him stuff and all that because I've been there for a while now, and we were talking one night. It was just me and him at the main desk, and we were talking about like what we did in high school. He's telling me, oh yeah, he did track for a long while, and I think he's 28 or so. This guy's name is Michael Stewart, I believe, or no, don't. Trevor Stewart. That's this guy's name. And he was like, oh yeah, I did track for a while. I was like, oh yeah, I did track for a little bit in high school, but I stopped doing basically all of the sports after I realized how much I liked lifting. I just kind of put all my energy into that. And he's like, oh yeah, that's cool. And he's telling me about the lifts he did for like track focused stuff. Obviously most of it, he was a short distance runner, so obviously most of it's explosive based and like and he was like, oh yeah, I can squat like, I think he said 400. I was like, damn, 400 pounds that's pretty impressive, especially for someone who's not like a power lifter. And he was like, oh no, 400 kilos. And I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, 400 kilos. I was like, you realize it's like 800 something pounds, right? He was like, yeah, that's what I used to squat. I was like, there's no fucking way. Natural? He was like, yeah, my bench was only like 300 or something though. I was like, yeah, you did not squat 800 pounds. And he was like, I did, I promise. And I was like, yeah, right, bro. Like, this was more in a playful tone, obviously. I wasn't just straight up calling him a liar to his face. But yeah, and then we were going on. I was like, man, how do you even achieve something like that? And he essentially told me that he couldn't say because he he like had agreements to not say anything about specific training because it's like legally protected or something. And I was like, dude, who are you? And you know what this guy says to me? This guy won a gold medal in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics for the U.S. team. He is a gold medal Olympic sprinter. Yeah, he won bronze as well. Yes, he is a gold medal Olympic athlete.
Oh my word, you don't mean one of those every day.
I looked his name up, and sure enough, yeah, he 100%. This Trevor Stewart, sorry. You can look him up. The picture of the Olympic athlete that comes up, it looks exactly like him. His name is in fact Trevor Stewart. This guy's crazy, but like, that was one of our first conversations. But the more I talk to him, he's a very like sensible guy in terms of how he lives his life, and he's a very chill guy, very nice, and he's got for only being in his 20s, he's got quite a lot of wisdom. I mean, he's lived a lot of life, considering he's been all around the world for this, and he competed in the Olympics, won gold, all that. Obviously, that takes a lot of effort to. I mean, that's the top, that's the pinnacle of sporting achievements. It doesn't get any bigger than that. So. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like he'd be a fun guy to bring on, especially with the way he talks about life and all that. I feel like he'd make a fun guest.
That's just a rare guest. That's like, dang, I'm still kind of just impressed you met him.
All right.
Just a gold Olympic medalist is someone at a peak of their sport. That's wild.
All right. I'll save all of the other backstory I've learned about him for if we do get him on the podcast. Obviously, I don't want to put his whole life out there, but yeah, that was cool for sure. But I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people who would turn out to make really good guests and be able to have deep conversations with. For now, it's just two fucking idiots.
Well, it's a mix of deep and dumb conversations between us.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're aiming for anyway, because Lord knows we cannot hold an entirely serious conversation.
Most of the time, we can't even hold a conversation.
Yeah, that's true. Most of the time, it gets way too far off topic.
And it's just, what were we talking about?
Right. It branches off 4 different ways and ends up being a completely different conversation. It's just like, weren't we talking about something else? This was supposed to be going somewhere. I don't remember where I was going with this.
We have definitely said that on multiple occasions.
Still good conversation, nonetheless.
I mean, yeah, they're entertaining. I mean, I feel like we've had our mix of definitely deep convo. Like, oh my god, sheets.
I was literally just about to say that she's the 3 a.m. post urban air shift Sheets parking lot conversations.
We've had our fair share of those. We've had
Holy
our fair
roller
share of
coasters.
or the one that was in front of Chipotle where we just talked about the ballets and we would go back and watch. Like, we did our fair share. You guys get to do it now.
Yeah. Then there was that one in the Checkers parking lot.
Oh, dang. Yeah. Another deep one.
Yep.
Thought about that until now.
Lots of lore from urban air. Lots of lore.
I mean, a mix of being there for a while and just so much shit happened.
Yeah.
That kind of just added to it.
100%. Some interesting coworkers, interesting events with said coworkers. Oh shit!
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
I was wondering if that was. I was wondering if that was gonna come up.
What? All I said was interesting coworkers. There was many interesting people there. Okay, I'm not talking
True.
about any one in particular.
I know you're not. There was 100% a variety of different types of interesting there. When you said that, I just thought of one in particular.
Who might that be?
Miss-
Interesting for a whole nother reason.
Yeah.
Oh man. I
Damn,
think she
talking
still
about, like-
follows my Insta actually.
That's kind of crazy.
That's what I said.
Why didn't you remove her?
I don't follow her. I just see her pop up on my, who viewed my stories and all that.
I didn't really care. I mean, I only let people follow me, and I follow people I don't know, but I only let people follow me that I know. But I removed so many people that used to follow me because when I found out that Haley was,
Yeah, that was
for
kind of
context,
crazy.
Haley is a past ex of mine that I was engaged to at one point. But found out that she was stalking me by using other coworkers that were at Urban Air.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So that's why I remove people that I don't trust.
Speaking of Haley and 3 a.m. conversations, many of those were about her.
About that, yeah. I felt like that was a sign. Even the ones before I got back together with her, I feel like that would have been a really big sign. But like, yo, all these red flags, definitely leave this stuff in the past. Don't ever go with it again. And then my dumbass was like, nah, round 2.
Y'all don't understand how unspeakably pissed I was at this guy. Listen, you have to understand that we had 4 or 5, probably more, multi-hour long conversations about this guy venting about his emotions, his negative emotions due to this fucking girl. All right, you don't understand the amount that I had to hear. Only for me to be in the gym one day and him call me mid-set and then be like, guess who I started talking to again? You don't understand how angry I was, okay? I wanted to fucking kill this
I want
guy.
to pause you there. So, when I called him, I forget where I was when I called him. I called him, and I think it was in your earbuds. I heard the audible sound of you racking the weight as soon as I said that. I was like, guess who I started talking to again? And then here, clink. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And I was like, yeah. And just silence. And then you're like, all right, meet me at we're getting food. We're gonna talk. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, we did. That is what I said. I felt that was a little much for the gym. So yeah, emergency meeting level shit.
I thought it was just so funny that I heard the audible clink of you racking your weight. Because you were so pissed you wouldn't have been able to finish the
Bro,
movement.
that shit pissed me off so much.
Or it just backs up the fact that I'm an idiot.
With that, trust me, we didn't need that situation to happen for us to know that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I moved on now. I'm in a lot better place.
Honestly, maybe it was meant to happen because, like, the whole in between was I feel like you were just in a much worse spot mentally. But now, even after that happened, I guess it's the whole closure thing. It's like,
well, I think the reason that I let it happen is I didn't have closure from the first time.
Right.
And I felt like I needed it, and then it led to getting back together. But after breaking up again, breaking things off, I feel like that was like God's way of tempering me. Like I needed something to like I was in such a bad place. I needed a hardcore reset, and that's what I got.
Fair enough.
I mean, talking about closure, I'm not the only one that needed it, and I feel like closure is really important that you can vouch for that.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why I brought it up. Like, I think that's why.
Kind of the point of this podcast came to be was that deep talk about closure.
Yeah. And that's why I brought it up. I think that whole thing is kind of. That's why I said maybe it was meant to happen. Maybe it was needed because ended up.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Making it so you're mentally a lot better now.
I think leaving things off, like generally speaking, I think leaving things off in a bad light or in a bad off badly. Excuse me, and not always for everyone, but will just make things worse. And I think that even though it led to bad memories and me feeling really bad and everything, I think I needed to get back together just so I could do that hardcore reset and get the actual closure I needed.
Right.
Because, like not having closure, just it won't leave you alone. It just will torment you.
Right.
But as soon as you get the closure, like you're at peace and you're better.
Absolutely.
And I think that's just good advice all around. Is just even if you have a relationship that didn't go well, even if you just send a message getting your feelings off your chest, even if they don't read it or don't respond, I think just sending that message will make you feel better. And I'm not gonna speak for you; it's your story. But for you, after you did that, and like how you said that you feel better afterwards, I think that's just meant to be.
I think that can even go past any type of relationship thing. I just don't think feelings like that are meant to be bottled up in general. Like, just talk about it, get it off your chest. Doesn't even matter if it's to that specific person, which normally will help. Not always, though, as we've experienced, not always. Sometimes it does have to be directly to the person.
I think that's why we've had so many. I think, again, generally speaking, I think a lot of guys tend to bottle up their emotions and bottle up their feelings about things because there's this whole negative stereotype about us that, if we talk about our emotions, it makes us feel weak or makes us look weak or whatever. But I think that's also why most of the time that guys have deep talk is with other guys, and there's usually ball busting or not meaningful but casual insults that make it lighthearted. But that's those are the kind of people that guys actually have those talks with.
Right.
And I think that's the sign of a good friend. I feel like that's why we've had all this kind of deep talks and stuff, is we can trust each other. We know that it's getting stuff off our chest and it makes us feel better, and neither of us are going to judge the other for that.
Right, and I think that's another potentially good thing about a podcast like this, is that if other guys listen to it and see oh, these are guys, they're fucking drifting around a car and talking about the shit they talk about, busting balls and fucking the comedy sense we'll have in it, but still be able to have these deep talks, realize maybe it could help them open up and, you know, actually be able to talk about it. Because, I mean, if you actually have a friend you can trust, like, bro, just don't be embarrassed about it. If you got to get it off, trust me, you'll feel a lot better afterwards. And I don't know, if we're able to help even one person, I feel like that'll make everything worth it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of how I've always been in anything I do with social media or getting myself out there. It's like, even if I can motivate or help one person in some way, then everything I've done has been worth it. Even if it doesn't do anything for me.
I think that's the kind of people we are, like, and especially like the fields that we're going into, is we just want to help people, even if it's small actions that can lead to someone feeling better. Then it's worth it in that sense.
Right. Absolutely.
So if someone can take anything away from this, it's just be yourself, surround yourself with good friends and good people that you can talk to and actually feel trusted and respected by. And those that you don't feel that way, drop them and move on.
Absolutely. Fuck them.
You don't need that, bro.
Ooh, I saved that. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Part is gorgeous.
Yeah, it sounds really nice too. It's a little loud, but thankfully with the volume turned down, the engine volume turned down, it's not unbearable. I can kind of hear it myself, of like just the conversation plus having this car in the background while I talk, like trying to listen to both. It is kind of soothing, like just being engaged in the conversation and hearing the drifting in the background. Maybe it's because I'm just a fucking gearhead and I like that, but I don't know.
I've always been the kind of person that unless I'm playing like a competitive game, I like playing games that I don't need to focus on. I can have something else in the background and just play a game to like distract. It kind of leads into me having like my ADHD. I need distractions to actually be attentive.
Which, you know, maybe wouldn't be so bad if you actually remember to take your meds, but that's the other thing about ADHD is you don't remember to take your meds.
You forget to take your fucking meds. But fuck, where was I going with that?
Oh, here we go. It's exactly what we were talking about.
Shit. What was I even saying?
You were saying it's nice to have the game as a distraction.
Oh, yeah, going off of you driving and like having this talk. Just me personally, I like having a game that I can play and like have a show or a movie or a podcast on that in the background that I can listen to and enjoy, and then just mindlessly play a game. And I feel like that, even if people don't take anything away from this, it might at least serve as a good distraction.
Right. Oh my gosh, I hit the barrier. Damn, I thought I had that. I was going for close proximity. A little too close. I guess we can... Well... Yeah, I guess we can go ahead and give some context. Probably without naming names.
Yeah.
About the little closure thing we were talking about. Essentially, there was someone I was in a relationship with at one of our previous places, and I don't know. I felt kind of guilty because I didn't know what I was doing in terms of relationships at the time. I was younger, inexperienced with everything, didn't know what to look for, how to react to certain things, all this stuff. And I guess in my mind, because of that, after things were kind of over between us, which obviously didn't last long because, like I said, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It led to a lot of negative stuff surrounding a certain person due to other events that weren't directly related to me. And it was really stupid. Sorry, from an outsider's perspective, it is insanely dumb to think that any of it was my fault, and I realize that about the other events that happened and why this person was looked at negatively through other people's eyes. From an outside perspective, it's insanely stupid to think that way, and I realized that. I was well aware of it, perfectly aware. But despite even talking about it with other people, it's like it just would not get off my conscience. I could not get it off my conscience whatsoever. So I decided that I didn't think they would read my message at all, if I'm being perfectly honest. And I didn't really care if they did. But I decided to just send them a very long, emotional message about everything that I felt, whether they thought it was stupid or not. I didn't really care. I just had to get it off my chest and sent to them. Like I said, I didn't think they'd respond at all. I didn't care. I felt better after sending it. But then they responded the exact same night, and with a very positive message and saying they were in a much better spot in their life now. And I just, that closure, like we were talking about, was just like, that's exactly what I needed. I didn't even respond back after that. I liked their message and that was that. I didn't need anything else. So closure is a lot more important than I thought before, I guess. But yeah, that's the backstory for what we were talking about before. That conversation, when we originally had it, is what was on this track in this car and is what conceived this idea of this podcast. So you have that to thank for this.
Yep.
Here we are. It's crazy how things turn out sometimes, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like with my situation. I feel like some things have to happen a certain way for things later down the line to come out better. And I think with your situation, that's how it was.
All right. Let me actually move this guy out of the way. That's fine for now. Oh, too much.
What else did you want to cover?
Shit, I don't even know.
I know this was later enough with like deep thoughts and stuff, but I either of us can tell hours upon hours of just dumb fucking stories between us, and lore between us.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like just. I feel like if we kind of flow into a story, that's good. I just don't want to like purposefully only tell stories.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
knowing the two of us, I feel like that would lead into different talks, which it kind of already has.
Right. What was your favorite part about working at Urban Air, aside from the dumb shit that we pulled? Because that's an obvious answer.
I was about to say working with you, and just hanging out. I mean, I enjoyed my job. I enjoyed like what I did. For content, like he said, we were both managers there. But for further context, like he said, it was a trampoline park. But excuse me. We had our own zones within the park that we were kind of in charge of, and I was in charge of the ropes course. And I think that was one of the things that I really enjoyed because, I don't know, that's just a hobby I personally enjoy. And being able to do that at work was pretty cool. So that was my favorite thing.
Fair enough. You should come rock climbing with me and Anthony sometime.
Yeah, I want to. I mean, I really enjoy rock climbing. I kind of want to. I feel like doing it with YouTube. You two guys, you would turn into some sort of, especially with how you said he's been with it, that it would turn into some sort of competition.
Well, he's better than me, and let me tell you, you get a lot better after your first session. It's kind of like martial arts in the sense that, like, you only have to do it for a little bit to be miles better than the general population at it.
I mean, just knowing how to do tracks and which way to go is already puts you above people that don't really know anything about it.
Right. But yeah, it's fun. There's a certain type called kiltering that we've been doing recently, and essentially the difference is like the grips are so much less grippy, I guess. They're so much harder to hold on to than the normal walls we'd be doing, because otherwise we'd be doing bouldering, which essentially is just like climbing a wall without a harness on, but they're typically not that high up. But he's climbing without being hooked to anything, which I enjoy a lot. I honestly like it more than actually being attached to something and climbing. I think it's just because I'm an adrenaline junkie and it makes me scared, which I like. But kiltering is the same thing, it's just like harder, I guess. And it's really fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it because it's really challenging. But at the same time, it's like if you find the right level that you can do, it's very challenging, but also rewarding when you're able to finally do it. We've been enjoying doing that a lot recently. And it's a cool environment too, because in there's a whole range of different people in terms of age groups. There's parents that'll bring their kids in. There's tryhards that are in their early 20s that have been doing it for years and will fly up walls like they don't exist, or like it's a ladder there or something. But it's cool because parents will come in with their kids and we'll be on the wall, and then we'll start talking to the parents and their kids will be doing the wall. We get to help them learn how to do certain stuff and talk with the parents. It's a fun time. Cool environment. It's always cool people there. Definitely a fun hobby. Also, I learned that first responders do get a discount there, so maybe after I get into the police department, I'll actually sign up for a membership.
That's pretty sick.
Anthony gets a discount at the moment because he's a student at a college. It's an online college, but it counts for their discount.
It's so long as you're a student. I'm sure I did. Did I ever tell you what I did at the end of or close to the end of me working at Funland when I was up at Reps Course?
Yes, yep, I think so. I think I know what you're gonna say, but go ahead and tell the story anyway.
Talking about climbing, so when I was at Funland, since I opened my big fucking mouth and said I had a background in ropes courses, because I used to work at an actual ropes course. So at my other job, we also used harnesses, except we used 5-point harnesses, versus at Funland, they used 5-point harnesses, but they were different than what I was used to. They had like this little loop right on your chest that you're supposed to put the safety line down and then connect yourself with the carabiners, locking carabiners. But I wasn't used to putting it through the loop, so this one day I skipped the loop and just hooked myself up and then ran up to where I needed to be at the top. Well, I did up there, and it's the people that I was waiting for were being super slow, so I was just kind of staring at the distance, and then I looked down and I noticed I didn't put my safety line through my loop, so I unhooked my carabiner, so I was not hooked to anything, and I took it out, and then I put the safety line back through the loop, and then I tried re-hooking my carabiner back onto my harness, but I couldn't I couldn't get it to, because they were locking, I couldn't get them to open. So I ended up, when I had to go back down, I ended up walking across the entire ropes course, not hooking up to anything, And then when I got down the stairs, from the person that was on bottom, I turned away and pretended like I was unhooking the carabiner, and then and then just kind of walked away and didn't mention it to anyone until I left Funland.
Yeah, because this was
I mean, that was dumb. Yeah.
to the management. This was a serious offense, but you know.
Very. I mean, there's a huge safety issue.
Right.
Which I understand, and I wouldn't ever do that again, but...
It wasn't
Let
intentional.
bygones be bygones. It was not intentional, no. I fully meant to rehook myself back up, and I just couldn't. Evidently did it to work. But that's a climbing story of mine.
Man, what a stupid fucking story.
I have a lot of stupid fucking stories.
Who the fuck invited this guy?
That says something to you that you're the one that invited my dumbass. Thought I'd be amusing.
What are you talking about?
Is that I know what will be entertaining. Invite him. He'll ramble. He'll get off topic. He'll make me get off topic. It'll be wonderful. Great idea.
Time. It'll be a great time. We need someone that doesn't have ADHD to come on to like keep us in check.
I feel like Cyril would probably do that. Or Austin. I don't know if I don't think.
Nah, Austin's pretty bad too. In a good way, in the good type of way. In like the way that we're bad type of good way.
That he uses it to better himself. Got it.
That he uses it to, it's like a comedic relief type of thing. Yo, low-key, I couldn't imagine living life without ADHD, because like I'd be having a lot of, I feel like I got complete free will compared to other people. Like I just can say and do whatever I want, especially the say thing. I can just say whatever makes me laugh, and that, you know, my life is just really amusing to me because I have it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely more entertaining and it keeps me from being bored. In like the sense that I always have something that's distracting me or keeping me doing something that instead of like people that are just like, I don't know, left alone to their thoughts in a way that, I don't know. I just feel like it keeps me amused, and a lot of people find me funny because, luckily, because I just say dumb freaking things and then go off topic and stuff like that.
Right. And me and Austin met when I don't even know if I was like, damn, it's been a long time. I don't even know if I was quite 10 years old yet. We've known each other for a long time. I think he's my like longest standing friend that I, you know, still talk to on a regular basis.
That's pretty cool. I feel like that's a rarity nowadays.
Right. I mean, that's kind of how my friends are. It's like I feel like I really don't have that many people I could consider friends, like actual friends, but the ones I do have are all close-knit.
I think it's better having a smaller, close friend group than the people that say they have a ton of friends, but they don't really like hang out with them much or know them very well.
I think in general, with basically everything in my life, I've always been a quality over quantity person.
Yeah, I would say I'm the same. I mean, that kind of goes back to like being with people, surrounding people. Oh my god, surrounding yourself with people you didn't trust and like, you know, respect, and you didn't just be yourself with them. I think having that close knit of friends helps towards that, which is,
Right.
you know, just surrounding yourself with a bunch of people because you think being with a bunch of people makes it better.
Right. That's kind of the reason I don't really go out to parties and stuff like that. It's because, like, bro, who are y'all? I don't resonate with the type of people that really go to parties like that anyway. Maybe I'm just a fucking loser, though. I don't know. Nah, I can't be a loser. I drive a BMW. Now I just sound like a douchebag.
I was gonna say, what you don't have the BMW currently.
Listen, it's gonna be out of the shop soon, TM. I've been told that 18 times in the past 2 months, so who knows?
It is what it is.
Nah, dude, you don't understand the emotional roller coaster that this has been. Insurance told me it was getting totaled. I was 99% sure for like 2 whole weeks that I would never see this car ever again. Alright, and that kind of hurt a lot. But I fought insurance, and I fucking won. I fought insurance and won. Who else can say that?
Good for you.
Now it's not getting totaled, and I'm gonna get it back soon, TM. So we'll see. But just that was a huge victory for me, because I refused to give up on this car to the very end, and thankfully my estimator, the guy from Progressive I've been working with, seems to also be a car guy, because he complimented the car from the very beginning, and he's been working with me to help save this car. So I don't think it would have been possible without an estimator like this dude. So shout out to him. But fuck, dude, I fought insurance and I won. Spent too much time building this car to give up on it. Well, I really haven't had it for that long in the grand scheme of things, but I've already done so much with it. Brought it to Slam Town up Gatlinburg.
I've done so many memories with it too.
Right. So many mods with people already. So many hours in the garage already. No reliability issues yet though, which is nice. So that's what you get for owning a modern BMW instead of an older one.
I love Germans.
You know how often I get asked, sorry, we'll go ahead so we can be on one topic and then move to another. You go first.
I was just talking about Gatlinburg in and of itself was I mean, it was a huge event in and of itself, but it was also just a really good time and a lot of stories coming with that as well.
Alright, yeah, for sure. I feel like it would be more appropriate if we had Cyril for the Gatlinburg stories though, so we can have all 3 parties there for those ones. You know how often I get asked by certain friends how my love life or how my dating life has been, or how the dating scene has been for me recently? You know how often people ask me that? Yeah. Multiple times within the past month.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I get the same answer every time. Non-existent. Like shit. Terrible. It's been terrible. That's how.
I don't think you need it, bro.
What makes you say that?
Good. I just think you're good I mean, not that you don't deserve it, you definitely deserve it. I just think that you are taking care of yourself right now and you're building yourself, that you're good without it. I feel like some people are like dependent on it, but I think you don't let anything rule you. You are who you are, and you don't let anything affect what you want to do.
I agree that I don't need it. I agree about that. Deserve is a bit of a stretch. I don't know if I'd say that, though. I'm like that with most things. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. How about you, Cole? How's the dating scene been for you?
Non-existent.
I feel like that's more valid in your case, though.
Was it?
Because you did just have an engagement end.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like I was in such a bad place after that and during that I needed time to just focus on myself, and that's what I've been doing.
You know, that's something that honestly really grinds my gears. I feel like it gets to me a lot of time more than it should. I feel like there's so many people that just like, after an actually meaningful relationship ends, they don't give themselves time to actually like genuinely recover from it mentally and emotionally before just hopping into another one.
And then just hopping into another one never works out well.
Exactly. And it's like, it's so crazy to me because I could never imagine having a genuinely meaningful relationship end and then like a month or two later just getting right back into a different one. Which I know why people do it. They do it because after being in one for so long, you feel like you need to have someone there. But you don't. You don't. If you get out of one for long enough, you realize you really don't need it. You can, in fact, have thoughts on your own and be able to do stuff without having someone like that. And I feel like a lot of the time it's really good for you.
I definitely agree.
I feel like that's why it kind of makes me a little angry, is because like people don't give themselves the chance to grow from it. And it just ends up hurting them in the long run. And I can see that it's self-destructive, but they can't see it's self-destructive, and that's probably why it's annoying. It annoys me. So I feel like they just would deserve better, or to do better for themselves. Maybe hot take in today's world.
I think that definitely counts as a hot take on that. I mean, I agree with it. But I feel like certain people are like, no, I don't need that time for myself. I'm fine. But
they're all lying to themselves.
How often afterwards, after a breakup like that, does it turn out better? And you're like, nah, I'm healthy, I'm good to go. I mean, some people can. I'm not saying that's for everyone, but
right.
Generally speaking, I think it's better to allow yourself that time to heal.
Maybe I'm just jealous, I don't know. Me? Jealous? Never. Never, ever, forever, ever.
I mean, I think there's definitely something to say about having that long-term relationship. I mean, there's definitely stuff to it that you can't get from having a good quality friend. But there's a lot that goes into it being a healthy relationship. It's also a lot of work.
Yeah? Oh, that's why I can't drift in third person. Oh, man. I think this podcast will definitely be enjoyable to do, even if we don't get like viewers like that. It'll definitely be enjoyable to do, just to have these conversations with certain people, because I have people in mind, obviously, that I think would make good guests, and how certain episodes could go with certain people, whether they'd be on the deeper or more comedic side.
Yeah. I mean, I can already think of a couple people that would lean one way or the other.
Right. Who do you think someone that could end up on the deeper side? hard about this one. Long and hard.
My mind blanked as soon as you said that. Trying to think of mutual friends that we've had like deep talks about. I think Surreal could definitely go have deep convos because he's also been through some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Especially more recently.
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like deep combos with him are kind of rare, though, at least for me. But I mean, it has happened.
Unfortunately, I
just
haven't
a
been
busy
friends
guy.
with him as long as he is, yeah. I just don't, I haven't really had that much time with like the majority of like your close friends that we didn't like, that aren't already close mutual friends. That I feel like we have, like you have a lot of friends and I have a lot of friends. Well, we have a couple close friends that we hang out with a lot, and I think I would definitely be really cool and really enjoy hanging out with your close friends. I think you would actually really like mine too. Just I feel like there's never been like a opportunity for that.
Right.
Like, I would love to meet Michael. I feel like he would be a blast.
Michael is one of the funniest people I know. Michael is fucking hilarious, dude. Absolutely zero filter.
And I feel like I always find those kind of people hilarious and really fun to hang out with.
Speaking of which, is actually another one of my friends who I feel like the conversation could be a lot on the deeper side, but he's also a really funny person, so it could go either way. My buddy Ron, who actually just moved back from New York recently, he's another one of the people that just literally zero filter in public. It's hilarious. Hanging out with him is an absolute trip. But he's got a lot of good stories from New York, and just like his backstory in general, I feel like could make some really good moments on the podcast. Shit, I should have gave him a call. It's all right. We're building our list for future episodes. I feel like something we definitely shouldn't do is bring more than one guest on at the same time, because that'd be a little too much to keep up with.
I feel like they would get really like crowded in a sense.
Right.
But for like mutual stories and stuff like that, I feel like dropping me and just having two other people that you share a lot of stories with could also be really interesting too.
All right. Now, yeah, see, that's if we were trying to hone in on, for instance, something or like stories and experiences from urban air, then I feel like pulling two people from there wouldn't hurt. But I feel like in general, it's probably best to have just one at a time.
If it's like if we're gonna like try to focus on a certain topic or place or story, then yes. But I feel like if you pulled too many people, then it's so many like differing, especially if they're like us where we like just go from topic to topic to topic, then I feel like it'd get really confusing and hard to follow along.
All right.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think if it's like focusing on one thing, then yeah.
Yeah, well, Austin was actually saying when I called him earlier, like, he was asking like how I managed to be able to have deep conversations while drifting like this. And honestly, like, most of the time when I hop on the drift, I'm literally just, I casually get on and I listen to music and I just slide like this for a while. So I feel like just having a conversation is just replacing the music, in the sense that where I just do it casually, or it's like so in my mind it's just such a casual thing to me. It's like it doesn't really require that much focus from me anymore. Granted, that's cost me a couple times looking like a dumbass and looking like I can't actually drift or shit a couple times on this track, but you know, I never said I was a pro drifter, okay? I don't think people are going to come on the podcast expecting greatness. anyway.
No.
Maybe with enough time on the podcast, I'll get like pro drift level, and like maybe for like a 100,000 subscriber special or some shit. If we get to that point, do like a fucking special episode where I drift a real car on a real track, and we have the podcast.
Have to fight the sound of the actual engine inside the.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll
car.
figure it out. We'll figure it out. The logistics will not be easy, but neither will be getting to that point, so if we ever get there, so, you know. I feel like another thing I've been putting off for a while is just like doing content with my car in the gym, so I feel like hopefully starting this will just give me another little push that I need to actually go ahead and do that. Because it's not like I'm starting something new, it'd be more like, oh, I'm just adding on to content now. I feel like this would probably more go on the car content side of things. I don't know. I've always kind of wanted to do content. I feel like I'd enjoy doing it. I always want to like stick out and be different though, and with how many content creators there are, I struggle to find ways to like, you know, branch out and be different. But I feel like having a podcast like this will kind of set me apart. Like I feel like it's a cool concept. I don't know. Let us know. Maybe you think this is really fucking stupid and we're a couple of idiots. Feel free to tell us.
Well,
trust me, we already know
we're idiots.
Right. but if it's a stupid idea, you know, you can tell us. I'm not gonna care if you tell me it is. I'll probably still do it anyway. But you know, feel free to let me know.
We're not the kind of people that are going to get offended.
Oh no, not at all. I'll probably laugh if anything. I'll probably laugh with you at how stupid it is. I'm still gonna do it anyway. Damn, I suck, bro.
I mean, I also feel like we're not going into this expecting a lot. I mean, it'd be great if there were a lot of positive reviews, but like, I feel like we're not really going into this expecting to get popular or get a bunch of reviews.
No.
We're just doing it for a fun hobby.
I feel like I told Yancey this at church. Like, I don't expect to be pulling numbers from this. I'm literally doing it because I think it's a fun idea. And even if I wasn't recording, like just being able to have conversations like this with the pre-notation of it, you know, being able to go into deep conversations, which will make it feel more open for emotional talks and whatever, while being able to just drift around and have fun is honestly like enough of a good thing for me anyway. So I could get no viewers on this, I wouldn't care. I'd still want to do more.
Yeah.
Maybe Cyril will one day get good enough to where me and him can like tandem or something on here while doing the podcast, and then one day you can get your sim and then the three of us can tandem, all of us drifting while doing the podcast instead of just me. I'm sure it'll evolve if we keep going at it. If you could go back and change one thing, but like, and only have that specific thing affected, what would it be? So like, you don't have to worry about the butterfly effect. For instance, if you went back and changed something about, I don't know, something in the first year of high school before we had met, like the butterfly effect wouldn't change
That's a meeting.
Like the jobs, yeah, it wouldn't change the jobs you got into or the people you met. It would only change that specific thing.
Well, mine's a pretty obvious answer. I would change the fact. I would change the fact that I didn't get pulled over for speeding.
That's fair. No reckless.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I think it's not gonna have a huge impact on my life or what I'm trying to do, but it would be really nice if I didn't have to go through that.
It's already put a little bit of a damper on it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it didn't have an impact. I just meant I'm not letting it
Right.
destroy my life or anything like that.
Right. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate because it's like it's not even that you really made some stupid mistake and then learned from it, as you were just having a really bad night and shit happened.
Yeah. Very, very
compared
bad
to
night,
like
bad decisions.
compared to like where my crash with the Corvette, I don't know. I've come to terms with the fact that I feel like that was meant to happen. I learned a lot from it. I changed a lot mentally from it. I feel like it was meant, that car was meant to be taken away from me in that moment. And it was also a test of like how much I really care about lifting and all that. How fast was I willing to get back on my feet and start making money again and doing this, that, and the third. So I wouldn't take that back. I feel like it was meant to happen, and if it's meant to be, then who might argue with it? Let's see.
I just feel that way with the majority of my life.
Yeah, which is a good mindset to have. I don't have any actual regrets. And the reason I say that is because I live in a way of like, did I think it was the best thing to do at that moment? If the answer is yes, then what do I have to regret? Like, so what? I didn't know what I was doing then. I learned from it, and that's why I don't think you should regret making mistakes if you learn from them. However, if you like know it's a bad thing, if you know it's poor judgment, but you do it anyway and end up getting a consequence from it, then yeah, sure. That maybe is something you can regret, but I mean, like, if you make a mistake and you learn from it, what's there to regret?
I definitely have things that I wish didn't happen the way they did.
Yeah,
but when
sure.
it comes to like regrets that I laminate about, like from when they happened to now, I feel like I don't have many. And especially when I think about like what they led to in my life. Like if I didn't do something, would I still be where I am now?
Right.
Would A, B, or C have happened if I didn't do that kind of thing? So I just think of it that way, and I don't know. I don't let it impact me as much.
That's fair. Honestly, I feel like for me, I kind of wish I would have stuck with pest control longer, because I feel like I left it too early. I did it so I could try to chase real estate more, but the real estate market is just so utterly terrible right now. It's like, yeah, I feel like it definitely would have been better if I had just stuck with pest control, maybe gotten some savings built up and taken care of debts more. But I mean, fuck it, I'm making it work.
I mean, talking about like your crash and everything, you think that was the way it was supposed to go. I mean, if that didn't happen and you started the Corvette, do you think you would have ended up with the BMW? Because you would have been looking for it.
Yeah. I mean,
not saying that it wouldn't have happened later down the line or anything like that, but I think life has a funny way of working things out.
well, yeah, but it's just like the way things went. I would have, I think looking back, it would definitely have been a smarter decision to stick with pest control longer, to have a better income for a little longer and build up actual savings before trying to go off and do something else.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I should have done the same thing with work at the warehouse.
I don't know, dude. That shit was killing me. I was also lifting full time, so.
That's why I left, because it was destroying my body. I just wish I was smarter about it and.
Right.
In the way that I was treating my body and myself and taking more and like trying to be more healthy and be smart about the way I was lifting and doing my job, that I didn't actually impact my body in that way.
Fair enough.
But like, and then thinking back of other jobs, I'm really happy that I ended up going to Funland and Urban Air and following you through, because I made a lot of good memories and good friends.
Yeah. Also learned plenty of things. Some not so good memories, but you know, we live.
It has to be bad with good.
Yes. That's how I like my life, bro. I need the high highs and the low lows.
I feel like if you don't have low lows, you can't recognize high highs.
Exactly. Being without the car I spent so much time on for 2 months and having to drive this piece of shit Ultima again has definitely made me go a little insane. I feel like it'll make getting the car back that much sweeter. But right now I'm being driven to insanity. Happens.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Now I know. Listen to myself when I have a gut feeling about not sending it to the shop Progressive recommends, and just sending it straight to BMW like I wanted to initially do. But whatever, you live and you learn. I think the funny part about it is that all of the exact body panels that me and my dad painted or redid in paint, like completely sanded off, redid completely new paint and all that, the exact body panels that we just repainted are the exact body panels that needed replaced and painted again. Whatever. So what's are you still getting like you said once you got a job you were gonna get some type of money for a car or something? Is that still the idea?
Well, so I have money set aside for a car that I've been even though I don't want to, I've been dipping into just to float my way along. But yeah, once I did a job, I'm gonna refill what I've taken and then use that towards getting the Z I want.
Fair enough.
How long did you want this to go on?
I don't know. How long are we at?
I don't know. Let's see. Part of the call at 5:22. Yeah, I get that.
Let's end it off with man, I don't even know. I genuinely can't think of a deep thing that we haven't already talked about in the past.
Like new, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like most of the time that we have deep talks, it's because something has come up that has provoked it,
Yeah.
or it's just super, super freaking late, and that's just the kind of thoughts that most people have when it's that late.
We need to film this in the actual Sheets parking lot. It needs to be a conducive environment.
How are you gonna do your game while you're in the shoots parking lot?
I don't know. I'll play Mario Kart or something on the DS instead.
I mean, hell, I mean, we could always do the audio while we were there, and then we could put on the video of you drifting.
Oh, like the brain rot videos where it's just like a Reddit story or something, and then someone doing Minecraft parkour in the background.
Kinda, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the whole premise of this is to like have the conversation while I'm drifting. I think that's what makes it cool. Like it's not an overlay or anything. Like I am actually actively doing this in the middle of the conversation.
It also adds that your reactions, like when you do hit a really nice drift or you hit the rail or something.
Right.
There you go.
You know what? You know what I don't think I've asked you about that might actually end up being deep? What were... I don't know if I want to say the name. I mean, we already have. What were your thoughts on the entire situation regarding myself and while everything was happening? Like, from the outside perspective, how did it look to you, and what were you thinking? What did you want to tell me to my face?
I feel like I'm the kind of person that, especially with knowing you, I tell you what I think. I'm a very blunt person.
Yeah.
And for other stuff, I think first names. I mean, granted, we always know who we're referring to, but I don't know if we want to use fake names in the future.
That's probably smart. We probably could use fake names in the future, but we already said it earlier in the episode. So
yeah,
I guess anyone else you could use fake names. Just make it close enough to where I know who they are.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, talking about the situation, you'd probably know who I'm referring to, but
yeah, fair enough.
I feel like just the first name for this, there's not much to go off of.
Right.
I feel like we had a lot of talks about that and how I felt and how you felt about it, because like
I know
how
we
she
had
treated you towards the end was insane.
Yeah, I know we had a lot about how I thought, but I don't know if I ever really got too much on how you felt about the entire thing from the outside perspective.
I'll be honest, leading up to like when it first started, and so for context, the person we're referring to is a past coworker that we both had that I don't know if I'm the person that should say this, that you had a relationship with.
Bad idea, guys. Don't have relationships with your coworkers. It does not work out.
Yeah,
it makes a bad work environment. If you can learn anything from me, from my bad decision, learn that.
Well, me as well.
Oh yeah.
Won't say where they were at or when this was, but yeah. So I've gone through a similar thing. Not similar, co-worker similar, but not what actually happened similar. But anyway, not looking back, but like in the moment, what was I thinking?
Well, you can do looking back too. It doesn't matter.
Well, looking back, I think like leading up to the conversation, like, so you remember how you're like, yo, can I talk to you for a second? And you led me out to the back.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
Told me what she said to you. Okay, leading up to that, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really pay much attention to, not only to you or to her, but like to the relationship or to the situation. I kind of like was like, that's not really my business. If he wants my opinion or anything like that, he'll ask for it. My opinion at the time was that it was just a bad idea. I had already gone through the whole ordeal and
fair enough.
Have been made the rule of don't ever, not that it turned sexual, but I don't fuck with coworkers like in that way. But I don't know. I just thought it was a bad idea leading up to. But
That's
in
fair.
the same way
That's a
that
fair-
you supported me
fair
with my past ex, I was just supportive of you regardless of how I thought it was going. I didn't think it was bad, but noticing how you guys acted with each other, especially like when we had those meetings, it was kind of like obvious that it was getting weird. Like with how she would act, and especially with I refer to him as M. How she acted with M.
Uh-huh.
Oh fuck.
You good?
Yep. That I could do a chill ground zero run, but I ran into PMCs.
Oh.
I thought the whole situation was very weird because with like what she was saying to you, but then like words versus actions, I felt like were very bad because I felt like she was saying one thing to you, but her actions said a whole different thing.
Uh-huh.
And like I felt like they very rarely actually met up. And looking from an outsider's point of view, I don't know, just I saw it going bad, and I might have said a comment to you, but I also was kind of on the thought of, you know, he's an adult, he can make his own decisions. I'm not going to try to tell him what he should do or anything
Was
like
I
that.
was I an adult? Was I? I wasn't quite. Towards the end I was, yes, but at the beginning,
When it
no.
first started, I don't know. Yeah, when you first started, I don't think you were.
No, I was 17.
Which in of its whole thing was already a a weird situation.
Listen, I was young and dumb, okay? What are you gonna do?
But yeah, those are my general thoughts. I mean, and then looking back after when you told me what she had said to you, I don't know if you want me to say it or not, but after what she said to you, that blew my mind that she would say that to you with the kind of person you are and your personality. That was the moment I was like, yeah, no. I mean, you already took the steps of like making space and saying, nah, that's not it, I'm done, kind of a thing.
Uh-huh.
Which I think was very smart, but I mean, I feel like you've definitely learned from your mistakes and have gotten better.
I'm still pretty fucking stupid, though. In a fun way. You know
That's
what
what I think about myself.
You know what I've realized recently? I make a lot of decisions that, like, looking back, are not even close to the best I can make. But damn it, I always make it fucking work when it comes down to it. I'm really good at making bad decisions work, is what I've learned about myself.
I think you're really good at just making anything work. Like if you're determined for something to go a certain way or for you to achieve something, you do whatever you need to do to make it work. And that's something I deeply respect about you.
I know y'all can't see my legs, but I'm just sitting down right now. Like a very chillax stance, just chilling with the car and the lighting posted up. There's Carmen over there. This is a nice spot to end it off, I think, in terms of the car. Damn, this shit is low as fuck. I need to get my car this low. Nah, I daily it. I can't do that. Fuck, bro. I think it's been a good pilot episode, though. We got a
I think it
lot.
sets the idea for what the rest will be like.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll be easier to come up with stuff to talk about when we have guests and people with new experiences to conversate over instead of trying to talk about the same stuff we've already talked about 3 or 4 times in the past.
Yeah, especially with us that don't remember that we've had these conversations.
Right. But yeah.
Kind of just going back over very shortly of what has been said in the past. If anything can be taken away from today, I'd say it's surround yourself with people you can trust and respect. Don't give in to toxic relationships or situations, and listen to your friends. And learn from your mistakes, and everything will work out.
Yes. Everything will work out in the end. Everything will always be okay in the end, guys. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Oh. Yep, that was a good first episode. Just drifting off. We'll definitely be back in the future. Definitely be back. Better conversations are to come. Maybe more deep, maybe more comedic. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But good first episode. Let us know any feedback you got. Obviously, I'll probably be posting highlight reels and shit on Insta and all that. Definitely be getting people in. Hell, let us know if you want to come in for an episode. I don't give a fuck. Should be open to anyone. Fuck it. I don't care. I got ideas, but like, if you want to pop in, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's run it. Yeah. All right. Well, y'all. This is have a good night, good morning, whatever it is, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.